Hello, my boss bitches, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Get Ready With Me Crypto Tuesday. Here on this particular show is what we're going to do is we're going to talk about cryptocurrency while I do my makeup. I'm not going to explain all the things that I'm using, but what I am going to do is I'm going to list it down in the bottom. So if you want to take a moment to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications, that would be amazing, and I would very much so appreciate it. So I already put my primer on, and what I do is I'll do my eyes first, then I'll do my foundation, and then I'll do my brows. To be 100% honest with you, I don't always do a full face, but on this segment, it will always be a full face. So that way you can see kind of like a full tutorial without getting a full in-depth explanation. This is more for people who are actually really interested in cosmetics and cryptocurrency as a whole. I plan on trying to do 2 videos a week. So Tuesday is always going to have a drop. And it's always going to be about makeup and cryptocurrency. And then I plan on doing like a video where I'm doing reveals, like this is what you can get at, let's say, Marshall's or TJ Maxx or the dollar store. I am more of a low budget channel. I do hope to aspire to get to where I'm able to combine more luxury in with the budgets, because let's be 100%, unfortunately we know of the crisis that's happening in the world right now, and what Russia is doing to Ukraine. 100% do not agree with what's happening. I think that we need to be doing more to stop this. I feel like it's a repeat of the 20th century. Russia is 100% wrong. They're lying to their people. They're lying to the world. We know for a fact that they are taking out families and innocent people. They're targeting places that shouldn't be targeted in wartime, like hospitals and kindergartens. That's not okay. Not okay by any means. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get it started. So let me grab my palette here. And I hope you guys are okay with me calling my fans boss bitches. I don't take the term bitch personal. I take very few actual labels like that personal. What I take more personal are comments in regards to body image. Now, the reason why I say it like that is because I was teased growing up a lot in my life. So I own bitch and I'm a boss. So why not call myself a boss bitch, right? All right. So I feel like a sunset because I want to be warm. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go over term, and I'm going to try to do a top 10, and then just talk about crypto in general. So the term we're going to do today is, what is cryptocurrency, right? And yes, I'm totally aware. I'm totally forgetting like a concealer or an eye primer, but I couldn't find my concealer. So it is what it is. Okay, so I found this term on Kaspersky.com. I probably really mispronounced that. So oh yeah, super blocked the camera. My bad. Let's pack this brush a little bit. Yellow can be light-handed. And let's see if the color, changing the color, is actually going to make these colors pop a little bit more. Got kind of like a yellow light going on. That's on and off. Whoopsie. Actually, that's a little bit better, so let's tone this down. There we go. Okay, cryptocurrency is any form that exists digitally or virtually and uses cryptography, which is a term that we'll discuss in a later episode, probably immediately following this one, since obviously you need to be able to do the cryptography to have crypto. So it currency that exists digitally and virtually, and it uses cryptography to secure transactions. So crypto is obviously digital currency. It's not something physically that you have in your hand. We're not talking about cash money here. We're talking about a digital means to use money, which I think is very important. The reason why I think it's important is because I think it's very important that we as a species evolve intergalactically. And what do I mean like that? We need to start moving outside of our planet. The planet, because of our own hands, is dying. And I think that what Elon Musk is doing in regards to trying to get us to Mars is very important. I know a lot of people think that he's only trying to get rich people to Mars, but I don't think that. I think he's actually trying to do something to better our species. And let's be real, they're not gonna fly spaceships full of cash in between planets. Let's be motherfucking real right here. So, if we're not going to use physical money and we're not going to fly SpaceX or NASA, their rockets full of cash, then obviously we're going to have a digital means to do that that's going to be able to easily communicate between satellites, right? So anyways, crypto don't have to have a central issuing or a regulatory authority. Instead, it uses a decentralized system to record transactions and secure new units. So, what I mean by that is, like I said, there's the digital ledger. And within that digital ledger, it has to have some kind of communication. So, crypto runs off a blockchain, and that blockchain continuously does these mathematics that records on the digital ledger. So, every time a transaction is done, right? Transaction B, right? And transaction is obviously using it, withdraws, moving money, right? Transaction B, right? And then this transaction C, right, is coming online, doing this little digital thing, right? And becomes a block and stacks on top. And then you got D, and then E, and then F, and so on and so forth. Crypto at this point in time can't be hacked in the sense that people go on and hacking Facebooks, but what they do is they set up these illegal scams where they get people to give them cryptocurrency instead of money. You want to do an illegal act with something, people are going to find, unfortunately, a way to do it. So that is the term for the day, is what is crypto? And I think it's rather fitting since this is the first video. Let's see. We're going to take this here, load this brush up, get some pigment in there, and why do I love crypto? Because I feel like crypto does give the little man, the underappreciated, the poor, the people who live in excessive poverty a chance to get the fuck out. I grew up very, very poor. 100% honesty. There were times where I didn't have food. I was lucky that the food bank gave us top ramen. Real shit. And there were many times. I remember one time where both the electricity and the water got shut off. So we lived almost a full week without electricity and water until my mom was able to either get a new account open or was able to find somebody to donate, or my grandparents took care of my mom in the sense that they would pay it off or pay enough to get it turned back on. And let me tell you, when you are living without fucking water and food and electricity, life sucks ass. totally forthcoming here. My mom unfortunately suffered from mental illness and drug addiction, and I can't remember if I said that on the last video or not, and I'll probably talk about it a lot. And these are subjects that can trigger, people who've been through traumatic things. Can be a lot for some people to listen to, because it's not easy. It's not pretty. It's the reality of life with people who are fighting to understand, one, their own mental illness. And I don't feel like a lot of people, even myself included, okay, like I'm gonna be 100% real, even myself included, because when I was younger, I did not understand why my mom couldn't put the drug down. And yes, it does come down to a choice. You have to recognize that you are suffering from a mental illness. You have to learn to be okay with it, which can be hard because I deal with my own mental issues. So mine's not even near the scale that my mom's mental illness was. Anyways, let's not turn that into a long story. We can discuss that later. I think it's very important. I think it's very important for society to be able to stabilize money, and that wealth is with everybody. It doesn't make any sense that you have the small population of the billions of people who live in this world have all the money. Let's be fucking real right now. It's bullshit. It's not a joke. It sucks. And to be honest, I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of wealth who have put forth a real good effort in humanitarian issues, but I've seen Elon Musk do so far the most. I mean, that dude is out there fighting for everybody. Everybody. And I appreciate that. He's a big supporter of crypto, as you know, or maybe you don't know. He's a big supporter of Dogecoin. I do have Doge myself. I have a few. I don't have a lot of crypto because I'm like you guys. I'm learning too. And I also want to point out, I am not a financial advisor. I was not taught about finances. The only person who could teach me about finances was my grandfather, and bless his heart, he believed I would be married to a man at one point in time in my life, and that man would take care of me. And I know that might be shock factor for a lot of people, but you need to understand that he was born in 1931. And no, he's not with us anymore. He passed on in 2003. But think about what society was at the time. And that's what I try to take a really good look at when it comes to the context of why people struggle with drug addiction and mental illness. Societal norms have a lot to do with that. That's why we definitely need to change our perspectives to a certain extent in regards to somebody who's dealing with mental illness and drug addiction, or one or the other, or both. So, like, for example, like, my mom was born in 1961, so think about it. They were still doing lobotomies, and in both of their generations, if you were mental and you went into the mental hospital, you probably didn't come out. It was a real fear back then. And if there wasn't anything physically, what looked like to be physically wrong with you, it was kind of an ignored issue. So, anyways, I think crypto is the future of money. I do support it. I do believe in it. I think governments need to be open to it, but I think one of the big reasons why a lot of these governments aren't is because they can't control it. So that's one of the good things about crypto, is you don't have bank here, hi, Bank of America, come in and be like, we're going to fine you for this, we're going to fine you for that, and this is the only time that you can really be doing anything that you want with your money, right? No, nobody can really control it. That's why I like it. It gives the little guy a chance to actually be able to be in a position where you're not fighting for your bills. You're able to pay food. I don't put a lot in it, and I want to make that very clear. It's not that I don't trust the system, it's because it does go up and down, just like a stock does. And of course, with stocks or anything that is an investment of any kind, there are risks involved. So I don't want people to be like, oh my god, look at this crypto, look at this Dogecoin, Algorand, let's put a mortgage on our house. That's gonna be the third mortgage and make all this profit, and next thing you know, you're out of a house and home because for whatever reason on that day your crypto tanked. Which has been happening unfortunately a lot lately, and what a lot of people don't know, and what I didn't know either, is the fact that a lot of like Bitcoin and stuff is mined in Russia, right? So I know that China actually had Bitcoin mined the most, right? It was kind of like its birthplace is China, and they cracked down on it because once again it can't be controlled, and as we know, they are a communist country and they control everything. Like right now in Russia with everything, people are getting arrested for protesting. I saw an article about a mom who was protesting with her daughters in Moscow, and they locked them up. And those girls didn't look like they were more than 6 to 9 years old, because there was 2 of them and obviously one is older. Ridiculous. Who the fuck locks up a 6-year-old or 9-year-old because they're protesting because they don't want this war to be happening? Because of this, obviously, things being so unstable, crypto has tanked a lot in the last 2 weeks, but it does go up. You just gotta stay strong with them diamonds hands and don't sell. Because trust me, with these fucking gas prices and the way that these unfortunate people are being so wrong on so many ways, it's almost like we're watching World War II happen again. And that's something that should have never happened in the first place, let alone in this millennia of this century. So I do urge you to do your research. Do your research, check it out, learn about it, learn about the coins. So the OG coin that started it all obviously was Bitcoin. And I do kick myself in the ass for not figuring out how to mine that shit a long ass fucking time ago. Oh my god, where's my palette? Oh my god, didn't I just have that shit in my hand? Yes. Oh, there we are. To be real about it. So you have Bitcoin, and then Ethereum came along, and Ethereum does their thing, and it runs off a different kind of network than what Bitcoin does, and then you have altcoins and meme coins. An altcoin would be like Algorand, right? A relatively new one. Same thing with Tezos. And a meme coin is like Doge Elon. Dogecoin is a meme coin. Shanoob Inu is a meme coin. So, everybody knows what a meme is. Everybody loves memes, so I'm not going to explain that. But essentially, from what I understand how it went down, Ethereum came along after Bitcoin. They're like, we're just going to do our own thing over here. And Dogecoin came along as a meme and was like, you know what? Fuck you, Bitcoin. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it better. We're going to do it healthier, and we're going to use less energy. It takes something like 3,000 kilowatts plus to mine an actual Bitcoin, and I think a Dogecoin, if I remember correctly, was like point something of a kilowatt. I could be wrong. I don't have the statistic in front of me. I didn't actually think about looking it up. Otherwise, I would tell you what was on the up and up. So, that's why I love cryptocurrency. That's why I encourage people to take control of their own finances, do their research, learn to understand it. Don't be afraid of it. Because to be real about it, if it was going to go away it would have already went away. We wouldn't have meme coins. There wouldn't have been Ethereum. Bitcoin would have burned up in flames out the gate if it wasn't something that was going to be successful. So that's what I think of it. That's why I think you shouldn't be afraid of it. I encourage people to do their research and learn and understand what it is. You know, that's why I kind of got inspired to do this, because I love cosmetics and I do think that crypto is going to change the world if you allow it to do it easy, to have the effects happen faster. It's still going to be here. It's not going to go anywhere. I mean, you have all these financing powerhouses to be like, oh, don't trust these motherfuckers over here. It's not a reliable source. And yet these whales are turning around and fucking buying the shit when it dips so they can home in those profits, man. You can't turn around and be like, sorry, bitch, we don't have faith in you, and then turn around and actually fucking buy the shit. It doesn't work that way. You just don't want motherfuckers to actually get their hands on it, so you're gonna fuck around and you're gonna buy it. Something that is important to note is there is some of these coins are locked. So what I mean by locked, only so many of these coins can ever be mined at one time. Bitcoin is one of those. There isn't an open end to that. There is an open end to Dogecoin though. Right now, from what I understand, they don't have any plans on actually like setting a limit. The world's been so crazy, it's been a little hard to keep up with. So we're gonna do the inner corner. Bring it down a bit. Ooh, look at that. Can you see that? I don't know if the camera can. Can you see that fucking pearly metallic shimmer? Woo! Inner corner bitches. I think a lot of people sometimes don't think about the inner corner. I definitely didn't start thinking about the inner corner until I started really getting into YouTube in 2016. And yes, I know it was delayed, but I tend to procrastinate about stuff in regards to new things, and I've really opened up since I had cancer the first time in 2017. And what got me really started on it is when I had an actual Ipsy membership that I don't have anymore, because I eventually did discover BoxyCharm, and I haven't had a BoxyCharm in probably a year and a half. However, I did start BoxyCharm again this month, and we definitely are going to do a review, and I do plan on doing it every month. I hope to have other reveal boxes, but when you're a new channel, unfortunately it's a slow start. That's okay. We like to kick it and chill it around here. Foundation time, bitches. I had a foundation brush. I don't know what the fuck I did with it. And what I like to do is I like to brush it on and take my sponge it in, kind of make it look a little bit more contoured and actually in the skin, because unfortunately I do have texture. I'm old. Unfortunately, it happens. It happens before you know it. Some of us, unfortunately, because of happenstances or because of accident, get older before we know it. Get old in your teens really fucking quick. Disease doesn't help. It's life. It happens. So, what am I doing right now? And yes, I'm aware I'm using the wrong brush. But I couldn't fucking find my foundation brush. And shit happens. Would much rather have a foundation brush right now. This is more of a straight edge contour. And if you're hearing any kind of background noise, I do apologize. I do live with other motherfuckers. And my brother-in-law. Don't forget the ears, bitches. Don't forget the ears. Don't forget down here. Take your foundation down. Take it down. Also, damn it, I couldn't find my corrector either, so it is what it is. Hopefully I'll be able to have a camera and like software and shit in the future, but we're talking like hella into the future. So I do have my door closed too, so if you are hearing anything, that's another YouTube video. I do apologize. But it is what it is, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Could have like used my beats and everything. They're over the head, so I don't think that would have been really, the greatest thing to be doing. I feel like I need a little around my chin, huh? Yeah, there we go. This particular foundation, I was a little bit surprised about how actual natural looking it is. It's not too terribly cakey. It's a good match. It actually has like antioxidants in it and anti-pollution. It is a Revlon product. I know Revlon is older. It's not like Too Faced or Jeffree Star. He doesn't have a foundation yet. He's planning on it, but he just dropped his skincare, so that would be amazing. I bet when he drops that, finally has his formula down, it's gonna be weightless and silky smooth and full coverage, bitch. Okay. Now, next thing I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna try to do like a top 10. What I really want to do is like the top 10 cryptos of the week and the top worst cryptos of the week. But I think the way I'm going to start this off, because I wasn't able to do it, I do work 2 jobs, and it can be a motherfucker to be able to do your research and get it done when it is your income is not 100% from YouTube. I don't think a lot of them, it could be wrong, but I don't think there's a lot of YouTubers out there where this is like 100%. Like, they're usually doing something else on the side, like Twitch and other streaming. Bailey Sarian, and I fucking love her, by the way. And I got into her. She got me into this. She got me into YouTube 100%. And that was before she was doing like the Dark History and the Murder Makeup Mondays. This is when she was just started with Ipsy. I looked her up. I loved her. She's funny. She's hilarious. Damn, princess. That's my cat. I'm so sorry, guys. That's my cat. Get down. Get down. Get down. I was going somewhere with that, but I don't remember. Oh, what got me into YouTube? So what we're gonna do for the top 10, I'm gonna tell you my top 10 cryptos, and I actually only one of these I actually don't have. So on the top is gonna be Dogecoin. The reason why it's gonna be Dogecoin is because that is the first cryptocurrency I ever actually bought. And I know it's hella tanked, man. Because I bought it when first when it was 6 cents. But goddamn powder. Life being fucking life. I think the last time I looked today was down to 13 cents. At one point in time, it did get up to 70 cents. I made the mistake of buying some then. So if you do decide to get into this and you gotta pay attention to the whims, and that's a really hard thing to actually pay attention to. You just gotta do your research, make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and try to do what you can to understand it. Yeah. I don't like to use a whole lot of powder. The reason being, as I always have had lines in my eyes since I was very young. It's not like it's deep set or a deep concerning issue, but the reality is I'm almost 39 years old. I'm getting old, and I don't need so much powder or concealer anymore. Although it does kind of suck that I can't find my fucking concealer. That sucks ass. Side subject though. I do like to bake my shit. Be real. Who doesn't like a good bake? And so what you're seeing me do right here is I try to line it up to the corners of my mouth. I'm not so good with contour. That's okay. Because we do this together. We learn. Hopefully I'll get better over time. Try to do around your nails. Women, we tend to be a little red right here and around here. Ooh, I used too much powder on this. This is just right. Not here. Usually this side is not my best side. This side is my best side. So it goes Dogecoin and then Shib Inu. That was my second one. It's still really low. When I first got it, there's actually 5 zeros in front of it. It's still holding at 0.00002. So people can talk all they want to talk about Shib, but I don't give a fuck. I like it. It works. It's made me some profit. So fuck off. The next one obviously is Ethereum. Ethereum has a stable, solid network. The Algorand is a good one too. Cosmos and Tezos. Now, the reason why they're on this list in that order is because I am more attracted to Algo. I know they're doing a lot for Algorand right now. They're trying to change a lot of dynamics and make it a better coin. The next one that I like is Cosmos. It's okay. He's a little on the pricey